Factor the following polynomials by grouping. Let's start with A. We've got x squared plus 3x plus 6x plus 18. Put brackets around the first two and brackets around the next two. What do we have in common in the first bracket? Well, it's going to be an x. Okay, so what you're left with, x squared divided by x is just x. 3x divided by x is just 3. Next up, we've got 6x plus 18. The common thing between 6x and 18 is a positive 6. So 6x divided by 6 is just x. 18 divided by 6 is just 3. Now you see we have a common factor, which is x plus 3. So bring that out, x plus 3. And then what we have left over is that x and that positive 6. Put that in the other bracket. So it's going to be x plus 3, x plus 6. With b, we have 8x squared minus 2x plus 12x minus 3. Put brackets around the first two, put brackets around the next two. Okay, so what we have in common in the first set of brackets is 2 and an x, because 8 and 2 are divisible by 2, and then we have at least one x. So 8x squared divided by 2x is going to leave you with 4x, and 2x divided by 2x is just going to be 1, so it's going to be minus 1. In the next set of brackets, you've got 12x minus 3. What they have in common is a 3. Okay, so 12x divided by 3 is going to be 4x. Negative 3 divided by 3 is going to be negative 1. Okay, so what we have in common right now is 4x minus 1. So bring that out. 4x minus 1, and what we have left is that 2x and that 3. Put that in the other bracket. With C, we have 8a squared minus 4a minus 10a plus 5. Let's put brackets around the first two and brackets around the next two. 8a squared minus 4a, what they have in common is 4a. So 8a squared divided by 4a is going to be 2a, and 4a divided by 4a is going to be 1, so it's going to be negative 1. With the next bracket, we have negative 10a plus 5. Now, it's not going to look anything like the last set of brackets that we came up with, so you're going to actually have to divide this not by a positive 5, but by a negative 5. Okay, so we have negative 10a divided by negative 5 is going to give you a positive 2a. 5 divided by a negative 5 is going to be a negative 1. So now we've got this in common, 2a minus 1. You can bring that out, so 2a minus 1, and you're left with 4a minus 5. With D, we've got 6a squared minus 9a minus 2a plus 3. Put brackets around the first two, put brackets around the next two. We've got 6a squared minus 9a. What 6 and 9 has in common is 3. We also have an a in common between the two. So 6a squared divided by 3a is going to be 2a. Negative 9a divided by 3a is just going to be 3. Negative 3. Next up, we've got negative 2a plus 3. This can be divisible by negative 1, and that will give you positive 2a minus 3, which is something we have in common with the last group. So this is going to be 2a minus 3 and 3a minus 1. Taking a look at E, we've got PQ plus PR minus SQ minus SR. Put brackets around the first two, put brackets around the second two. What we have in common in the first set of brackets is a P, so take that out. So you're left with Q plus R. Next set of brackets, what seems to be common is a negative S, which would leave you with Q plus R. We've got something in common here, you can bring that out. This is going to be Q plus R, and we have P minus S for the rest of it. Next up, we have F, which is 5x squared. I would actually rewrite this out so that you're grouping common things. For example, 5x squared, I'm actually going to put the 15xy squared right next to it because it looks like there's something common we can take out of both. Then we have 18y squared minus 6x. Okay, so put brackets around the first two, put brackets around the second two. We've got 5x squared minus 15xy squared. Well, 5 can be taken out of those, as well as at least an x. So you're going to be left with x minus 3y squared. In the second set of brackets, you've got 18y squared minus x squared. You can take out a negative 6. The reason being is so that we can reverse these, because you notice we had x and then y with a minus in the middle. We have y and then x. They're not going to be so easy to reverse unless you divide it by negative. So that's going to leave you with x minus 3y squared. So now that we have that in common, you can take that out. It's going to be x minus 3y squared. And in the other set, it's going to be 5x minus 6.